Meet Emerald. I'm the Namibian. Hanan here. I'm the Ethiopian American. I'm Valencia. I'm also Namibian. Holla. And here is Angel. I'm the Canadian. Let's peek in Angola together. I'm sorry.
Okay, the lights on my phone is gone. This is taking too long.
PeekN Angola, here we are. Guys, we're together. Let's jump right in and celebrate Women's Month by interviewing each other. What do you think, Hanan?
So let's dig in and have fun.
Let's do it. So I figure we'll just go in a circle and we have a pool of questions that we can ask, and hopefully, we'll get some engagement from our growing audience.
Okay, because I need to reposition myself.
Okay.
Today is really the day. Everybody has that day. Today is really my day.
Yeah, go ahead. Question.
Yeah, how did you find yourself in this country?
How did you get here? Like, how did we? Yeah, right.
Not how did you get here, like how did you find yourself? It's like being in a foreign country, having your own culture. How did you find yourself, like create your own identity?
Oh, find
in the
yourself.
country?
Yeah.
I, for one, I struggled a bit at the beginning because I used to love outdoor activities. I used to like cycling. I used to like running. And one of the hardest things that I came across here was the fact that there was no pavements, there was no proper streets or street lines. So I really struggled with that. And there was always a lot of restrictions about which neighborhoods were safe, which were not safe. So I had to restrict a lot of my outdoor activities, as well as also I like to be out and about. What will normally take me 1 hour to do here can take me or even like if I could do an activity in like 2-3 activities in one day, I can only do it in one day here because of traffic. Like getting from point A to point B doesn't just take me 10-15 minutes. It can take me an hour, 2 hours. So I found myself having to kind of like change my lifestyle to adapt to the culture here, just because of the fact that the structure here was totally different from what I was used to. I felt like also the environment carried some constraints, so I had to find new activities to do. That's what I found myself doing. It has very much limited my movement, and just finding stuff that I like doing that I never thought I would like doing, like cooking. I never used to like cooking, but now I love cooking. I took up some cooking classes, especially with locals, that has helped me improve on my cooking, especially of their traditional food. But yeah, I find myself having to kind of like change my lifestyle a bit in a good way.
I think for me to answer that question, it was solely based on the friendships I was able to form when I first got here, and of course, when I returned and having you guys. But when I first got to Angola, and Valencia wasn't here, I didn't know Hanan. I don't think Hanan would have been here yet. When did you arrive, Hanan?
2012, but May 2012.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I would have left prior to that, and we didn't live in the same condominium anyway. I was in the city at the time. So I found, my whole life rotated around like Lee and my husband and the maid. I spent way too much time, not necessarily interacting. I liked interacting, but she consumed my world in essence. Like she was my main person I would, spend a lot of my time with, not intentionally, but just how it worked out. And so when we found just a friend that you actually could relate to, it was that solid friendship that allowed me to find myself again. and have that space outside of the family. Yeah.
I think with me was finding work. I stayed 1 year here without working, and I started working pretty young. So finding work was a way to relieve my stress, to meet other people, to associate, to have a different social life apart from my husband. Even though we worked in the same company, we still had different friends, and we had different meetings. And so I think for me, that is what helped me identify myself within Angola. My boss, funny enough, I became really close to her in my own way. She spoke English, so I looked at her as a mentor, as a friend. Yeah, so I think for me was finding work, and then afterwards, doing the business helped me a lot integrate within the community, learning the language better, learning how the society operates and what they think, etc. Is just so that I can maneuver myself in fitting in, so that I didn't have to force my thoughts of where I'm coming from to the society, but just integrating basically. I think those two aspects, finding work and starting a business, helped me find myself. Yeah.
Yes, we all know that Angola, once you get here, you very early figure out you're either gonna fall in love with this place or you're gonna hate it and leave. Um, for me, it was the commitment and knowing that okay, this is my place. I've always been really good with just adapting, being, I adapt to wherever I am. And so I actually loved it, like the beach, the whole culture and everything, moving from Texas to this place was like, ooh, my family, just like so many Angolan families, my husband comes from a huge family and I had no friends. It was just his people, his family, his cousins. And I was just thrown like the parties, I felt like life was moving fast here. Constantly something is happening, there's get-togethers. My weekends were packed. I was meeting families left and right. I'm like, whoa, this is like crazy. And something my husband did at that time, I hated him for, but today I'm very grateful for what he did. He just threw me in, like, here, you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
This is the get together. You go and you talk to people and you learn. It was a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. That was really, really painful at the time, but that was the best way. That was the best thing that he did for me, really. I learned, I navigated, I was challenged by his family, do you speak? Have you learned to cook food? Do you know how to speak Portuguese? Like, come on, how long have you been here? And that helped a lot. They don't shy away. They don't shy away. His family is straightforward. So it was exciting. It was exciting. It still is. There's a lot of challenges. It's a different environment, but when you look at the big picture, the family oriented, how family oriented the culture is. In the end of the day, we are in Africa, right? I can't expect it to be the US or where I came from. It's really just adapting. I wouldn't say that I made friends. My whole world was just my husband, his family, and that was it. And they really were supportive, and they still are very supportive people. And that's something I love about the Angolan culture, Angolan people. They just take you in. They love the whole, like, you're foreigners, come in, you're from another country, we'll take you, we'll teach you. The parties intrigue me, the dancing, the whole, come learn everything, you're one of us, learn how to dance. Why do you not know how to dance kizomba, which I can't dance for the life of me till now. I don't know how to dance, but oh well, I still enjoy it. So I just have to go with it and adapt.
Man, I've tried my two left feet. I've tried.
Kizomba, but not kuduru. That one, I will dance it in the comfort of my home.
Yeah.
Said the best dancer I think amongst us is you, because the rest of us.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my ballet classes. Carlos's brother, I have to give credit that he literally just pulled me on the floor one day, and he must have felt sorry for me. And he just started dancing the kizomba, and from that moment, it just shot so much confidence. Hashtag Peter. It just shot so much confidence into my abilities. But
Yeah.
that was a good question, Emerald. Thank you for switching it up from what we saw. It was much more authentic, I think, even with just that question. The final product will be
I'll be
sweet.
recording.